The price of loyalty. Commander Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of the TS of Harbinger, watching the alien vessel approach with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. The ship's sleek, crystalline structure caught the light of the nearby star, creating prismatic patterns across its hull. This would be humanity's first official contact with the Meridian species, though not in the way anyone had expected. "They're maintaining their approach vector, Commander," Lieutenant Rivera reported from his station. "Their shields remain lowered." Chen nodded, her reflection in the reinforced glass showing the same calm expression she'd maintained throughout her 15 years of service. "Keep our defensive systems on standby. First contact protocols remain in effect, even if this is unofficial." The Meridian ship had appeared at the edge of human space 3 days ago, broadcasting a simple message in perfect English. "We seek asylum. We bring truth." Initial scans had revealed only 12 life forms aboard a vessel designed for a crew of 50. Something had gone very wrong in Meridian space, and Chen intended to find out what. "Commander," the ship's AI, interrupted her thoughts. "The Meridian delegation is ready for transport. Security protocols are in place." The transport pad hummed to life in the conference room, and 3 tall, ethereal figures materialized. Their iridescent skin shifted colors like oil on water, a trademark of their species. The central figure, taller than the others, stepped forward with unexpected grace for its size. "I am Nexus Third Vicarus," it spoke, its translator converting complex harmonics into human speech. "We come bearing both opportunity and warning." Chen studied their body language, noting the subtle shifts in their skin tone that her xenobiologists had said indicated stress. "I am Commander Sarah Chen of the Terran Space Service. You're a long way from Meridian space, Nexus Third." "We had to come," another of the aliens spoke, its skin flickering with patterns of distress. "The confluence approaches a decision that will doom both our species." Over the next hour, Vicarus revealed a truth that sent ripples of unease through Chen's crew. The Meridian Confluence, their governing body, had discovered something in human DNA that they believed could perfect their own species. Their natural ability to share consciousness across their crystalline neural networks had begun to degrade, threatening their civilization's foundation. Human genetic material held the key to stabilizing it. "They plan to harvest humanity," Vicarus explained, its skin now a deep, sorrowful blue. "Not through war, through deception. They will offer alliance, technology, advancement. Then, when trust is established, they will strike." Chen's mind raced with the implications. "Why tell us this? You're betraying your own kind." "Because there is a faction among us who believe in true alliance, in earning trust rather than exploiting it." Vicarus's skin rippled with determination. "We seek not asylum alone, but partnership. Help us prevent this atrocity, and we will share all we know freely." As Chen listened to their proposal, a complex plan involving political maneuvering, technological exchange, and carefully orchestrated resistance, she couldn't shake a nagging doubt. The Meridians were known for their intricate plans within plans. Could this be yet another layer of deception? "You understand," Chen said carefully, "that betraying one's species, even for noble reasons, isn't something humans take lightly. If we discover any deception—" Vicarus interrupted, its skin pulsing with what Chen's training identified as absolute conviction. "Commander, we know humanity's history, how you treat those who break trust. It is precisely why we came to you. Your species' reaction to betrayal is legendary among the stars. We stake our lives on our truth." The weight of the moment settled over the conference room. Chen knew her next decision would affect not just her crew, but potentially the fate of 2 species. The Meridians waited, their skin shifting through patterns of anxiety and hope. "Aria," Chen commanded, "begin recording. Official first contact protocols are now in effect." She turned to Vicarus. "Tell me everything, from the beginning. Humanity will help you. But understand that this help comes with conditions. We protect our own. And if this is a deception, she let the implication hang in the recycled air. Vekarus's skin rippled with understanding. The truth, Commander Chen, is far stranger than any deception we could craft. And it begins with a discovery made 3 of your Earth years ago, in a system you haven't yet reached. Lines in the stars. The orbital shipyards above Mars buzzed with activity as engineers swarmed over the crystalline hull of the Meridian vessel. 3 months had passed since Vekarus's revelation, and humanity had been busy. Commander Chen watched from her temporary office as teams of human and Meridian technicians worked together, their movements choreographed in a delicate dance of cooperation. The neural interface modifications are complete, Vekarus announced, entering her office. Its skin rippled with shades of green. Excitement, Chen had learned. Your engineers are remarkably adaptable. Chen turned from the window, noting how comfortable she'd become with the alien's presence. Necessity breeds innovation. How many of your people have pledged support? 3 more colonies have joined our cause, but the confluence grows suspicious. They know something has changed. Vekarus's skin darkened. They're accelerating their plans. The holographic display on Chen's desk sprang to life, showing a cascade of data from deep space monitoring stations. Red markers indicated confluence fleet movements. Far too many, far too coordinated to be routine patrols. They're probing our responses, Chen mused, studying the patterns. Testing our defenses while maintaining plausible deniability. She gestured to a particular cluster of data points. These formations, they're similar to what you showed us from the Novan incursion. Vekarus moved closer, its crystalline structure catching the light from Mars's sunset. The confluence never forgave themselves for failing to predict the Novan's resistance. They won't make the same mistake with humanity. Its skin rippled with patterns Shen had never seen before. Commander, there's something else. Something I haven't told you. Chen felt her muscles tense. After months of cooperation, after all they'd shared, what could still be hidden? I'm listening. The genetic compatibility we discovered, it wasn't accidental. Your species, humanity, you were engineered. Vekarus's skin pulsed with waves of deep purple. Long ago, when the Meridian collective consciousness first began to fragment, our ancestors seeded countless worlds with modified genetic material. Most failed, but Earth was perfect. The revelation hit Chen like a physical blow. You're saying humans are descended from Meridian experiments? No, Vekarus corrected, its skin shifting to a complex pattern of gold and silver. We provided the foundation, but what you became, what you are, that was entirely your own evolution. Your capacity for individual thought combined with collective action, your ability to maintain separate identities while forming deep bonds, you achieved naturally what we're losing artificially. Chen processed this information, her mind racing through the implications. The confluence doesn't want to harvest us to save themselves, she realized. They want to reclaim what they see as their property. Yes, but there's more. Vekarus moved to the window, watching the technicians below. Those of us who seek asylum, who warn you now, we believe this approach will destroy both our species. We've seen your potential, your adaptability, your capacity for both forgiveness and retribution. Forcing a merger would corrupt everything that makes both our species unique. A notification chimed on Chen's terminal. More confluence ships had been detected, moving in formations that suggested practice runs for a major operation. Time was running out. Commander, ARIA interrupted. Admiral Drake requests your presence in Strategy Room 1. The Joint Chiefs have made their decision. Chen stood, straightening her uniform. Time to see if humanity's representatives agree with your assessment of our capacity for trust. Vekarus. She paused at the door. For what it's worth, I believe you're telling the truth now. But if you're not, she met the alien's gaze directly. Well, you already know how humans deal with betrayal. The journey to Strategy Room 1 felt longer than usual. Chen's mind whirled with possibilities. Humanity had already begun adapting Meridian technology, strengthening their defenses. But would it be enough? And could they trust any of their new allies, knowing their true origin? The room fell silent as Chen entered. Admiral Drake, a veteran of the Mars Rebellion, stood at the head of the table. His expression was grim. "Commander," he acknowledged, "your Meridian friends were right about one thing. The confluence is moving faster than we anticipated. We've detected quantum communications between their forward elements and several unregistered transmitters on Earth." Chen felt her blood run cold. They already have agents in place. Worse, Drake activated a holographic display showing a familiar face. Dr. Marcus Wong, one of Earth's leading xenobiologists. The same man who'd helped decode the Meridian's biological signals. "We have traitors of our own." The pieces clicked into place. The confluence hadn't just been planning an invasion. They'd been orchestrating a coup from within human society itself. And now both species would learn just how humanity dealt with those who betrayed their trust. Breaking point. Dr. Marcus Wong's laboratory in the Geneva Science Complex lay empty, but Commander Chen could still feel the echoes of betrayal in every abandoned workstation. Holographic displays flickered with half-finished analyses of Meridian biology, and crystalline samples glowed faintly in their containment fields. He copied everything. Lieutenant Rivera reported, his tablet displaying endless logs of data transfers, research, defense protocols, communication frequencies, all transmitted through quantum channels we didn't even know existed. Chen touched one of the crystals, watching it pulse in response. How many others? 17 confirmed collaborators in key positions. All disappeared within the last 24 hours. Rivera hesitated. "Commander, there's something else. The quantum signatures. They match those from Vekarus's ship when it first arrived." The pieces clicked together with terrible clarity. Chen activated her neural link to ARIA. Initiate Protocol Shadowfall. Authorization: Chen Alpha 70. Protocol Shadowfall activated. ARIA responded. All Meridian vessels are now under lockdown. Security teams deployed. Chen turned to Rivera. "Get me a direct line to Admiral Drake. No quantum channels, no FTL comm. Old-school laser transmission only." She started walking, her stride purposeful. "And find Vekarus. Now." But Vekarus found her first. The Meridian skin churned with complex patterns as it stepped out of a side corridor. "Commander Chen, I assume you've discovered the truth." "Which truth?" Chen's hand rested on her sidearm. "That Wong was a traitor, or that you planned this from the beginning." "Neither, and both." Vekarus's skin settled into a pattern Chen had never seen before. "What we told you about the confluence was true. What we didn't tell you was that we are the confluence." The corridor suddenly felt too small, too confined. "Explain." Quickly. "The Meridian consciousness is not just fragmenting, it's evolving, dividing. Those like me represent what we're becoming. The confluence represents what we were." Vekarus moved closer, its crystalline structure catching the emergency lights that had begun flashing. "We didn't come to warn you about an invasion. We came to force a choice. By creating traitors among us. By manipulating us into conflict." Chen's grip tightened on her weapon. "By showing you what you truly are." Vekarus's skin rippled with intensity. "Humanity carries within it both our past and our future. Your response to betrayal, your capacity for both unity and individual thought. It's not just evolution. It's transformation. Wong and the others, they didn't betray humanity. They proved our point." A distant explosion rocked the complex. Chen's neural link flooded with alerts. Meridian ships breaking formation, weapons powering up, but not firing. "What's happening out there?" she demanded. "The same thing that's happening in here." Vekarus gestured, and the walls around them suddenly turned transparent, revealing the quantum structure of reality itself. "Choice, Commander. Evolution. The traitors among you didn't just betray humanity. They betrayed the old confluence too. They chose to become something new, something neither human nor Meridian. Chen's neural link crackled with reports from around the solar system. The Meridian ships weren't attacking, they were transforming, their crystalline structures reconfiguring into forms never seen before. This was never about invasion or genetic harvesting, Chen realized. This was about catalyzing change in both our species. Yes, Vekarus's form began to shift, becoming something both more and less solid. But we needed humanity's legendary response to betrayal. Your ability to face destruction and adaptation with equal resolve. The traitors among you didn't weaken humanity. They forced it to evolve. Another explosion, closer this time. Chen's neural link showed her the impossible. Humans and Meridians across the system, changing, combining, becoming something that defied classification. And at the heart of it all, a choice. You're asking us to betray what we are, Chen said, to become something else. No, Vekarus corrected, its form now barely recognizable. We're asking you to do what humanity has always done. Adapt, survive, and transform. The only betrayal would be refusing to evolve. The complex's quantum sensors were going haywire, reality itself seeming to blur at the edges. Through her neural link, Chen could feel the change spreading, a transformation that started at the quantum level and echoed up through dimensions she hadn't known existed. Commander, Araya's voice came through, different now, more alive. The process has begun. Your orders? Chen looked at her hands, watching as quantum possibilities flickered around them like heat waves. The choice was impossible, yet inevitable. Humanity had always faced such moments. Adapt or die, transform or fade. And they had never, ever chosen to fade. No more deception, she told Vekarus. Show us everything. Let humanity choose with full knowledge. Even knowing that choice itself will transform you. Especially then. Chen smiled grimly. After all, humans never forgive traitors, including those who betray their own potential. The transformation began in earnest then, and the story of humanity entered a new chapter, one written in quantum fire and evolutionary light. The human element. The quantum storm that engulfed the solar system manifested differently for each observer. From Earth, it looked like Aurora Borealis had exploded across every inch of sky. From Mars, it appeared as crystalline fractals growing between the stars. But from Commander Chen's perspective, suspended in the transformed space of what had once been the Geneva Science Complex, it looked like the birth of a new universe. 97% of humanity has made their choice, Araya reported, its voice now a harmony of digital and quantum frequencies. 3% remain in original form, mostly in isolated communities. Chen observed her own transformed state with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. Her consciousness expanded beyond physical boundaries, touching the quantum network that now connected those who had chosen evolution. Yet somehow, paradoxically, she felt more human than ever. And the original confluence, she asked, her thoughts rippling through multiple dimensions. Gone, Vekarus answered, its form now a complex intersection of possibilities. They chose extinction over evolution, but their choice served its purpose. It showed humanity what not to become. The transformation had revealed truths about both species that neither had fully understood. Humans hadn't just been seeded with Meridian genetic material eons ago. They had been an experiment in consciousness itself. The Meridians, afraid of their own potential for change, had created humanity as a test case for directed evolution. But their creation had exceeded their expectations, developing something they hadn't predicted: the ability to choose their own path of evolution while maintaining their essential nature. We're getting reports from the outer colonies. Rivera's consciousness joined them, carrying streams of data that flowed like rivers of light. The quantum transformation is affecting other species. Those with sufficient neural complexity are watching us, learning. Chen expanded her awareness, touching the edges of what had once been normal space. The quantum network hummed with the thoughts and experiences of billions, each consciousness distinct yet connected. Humanity had not lost itself in the transformation. Instead, they had become more intensely individual even as they gained the ability to share thoughts and experiences across the quantum void. "They're afraid," Chen observed, sensing the alien observers at the edges of their space. "They think we've become monsters. Haven't we?" Rivera's consciousness pulsed with uncertainty. "We've changed the fundamental nature of reality in our solar system. We've transformed our entire species in less than a week." "No," Chen replied, her certainty resonating through the quantum field. "We've become what we always were, humans who refuse to be limited by what we were told was possible." The remnants of Dr. Wang's consciousness brushed against their awareness. He and the other traitors had been transformed as well, but differently. Their betrayal had marked them, creating quantum signatures that could never be fully trusted. They existed now as cautionary tales within the network, their every thought and intention transparent to all. "The price of betrayal remains," Vekarus observed. "Even in this new state, humans never truly forgive those who break trust." Chen navigated through the quantum space to where the transformed Geneva complex interfaced with normal reality. The 3% who had chosen to remain unchanged were being protected, their choice respected. Humanity's new form had not forgotten its origins or its values. "We're getting signals," Araya announced. "The quantum transformation is stabilizing, creating permanent changes in local space-time, and something else is happening." The something else became apparent as Chen turned her attention outward. The quantum network was expanding, not through their action, but through a natural process they had inadvertently triggered. Reality itself was evolving, responding to the presence of consciously directed quantum transformation. "We didn't just change ourselves," Chen realized. "We changed the rules of existence itself." "Yes," Vekarus agreed. "And now we must deal with the consequences. Other species will come, some seeking to stop us, others to join us. The galaxy itself will never be the same." Chen felt the weight of this responsibility ripple through her quantum-enhanced consciousness. Humanity had not just survived a potential extinction event. They had transcended it, transforming potential betrayal into evolutionary triumph. But the price of that triumph would be eternal vigilance. "Then we'll face it as we always have," she declared, her consciousness reaching out to touch the quantum field that connected them all. Together, but individual. Changed, but still human. And ready to show the galaxy that evolution doesn't mean losing what you are. It means becoming more of what you were meant to be. The quantum storm continued to rage across the solar system. But now it was their storm, controlled and directed by the collective will of a humanity that had chosen to evolve on its own terms. In the space between dimensions, in the quantum realm where thought became reality, the next chapter of human existence was being written. Not by ancient aliens or cosmic chance, but by human choice and human determination. And in that choice, in that transformation, the true power of humanity had been revealed. Not their ability to punish betrayal, but their capacity to transform it into something greater than anyone, human or meridian, had imagined possible. Tomorrow's truth. 5 years after the quantum transformation, Commander Sarah Chen stood in normal space form before the Galactic Council, her quantum consciousness carefully contained. The massive chamber, carved from a living asteroid, housed representatives from 300 species. Most watched her with barely concealed fear. "You speak of choice." The Arcturian delegate's crystalline form vibrated with concern. "Yet your transformation has affected the fundamental nature of spacetime itself. Every species capable of quantum observation has felt the ripples of your evolution. How is this not an act of cosmic aggression?" Chen allowed herself a small smile, remembering similar fears from humanity's own journey. "The quantum transformation spreads only through conscious choice. We opened a door. We didn't force anyone through it. A door that should have remained closed." The Nexus Collective's representative pulsed with angry bioluminescence. "We have observed the fate of your traitors. how they exist as eternal warnings in your quantum network. You claim evolution, but we see only power and punishment. You see what you fear most, Chen replied, her form steady even as her quantum consciousness touched the edges of reality around them. The power to choose one's own path of evolution. And yes, the responsibility that comes with that choice. The chamber's quantum sensors flared as she spoke, detecting the deeper layers of her existence. Some delegates recoiled, others leaned forward in fascination. In the 5 years since the transformation, humanity had learned to exist in multiple states. Physical and quantum, individual and connected, transformed, and yet utterly human. Show them, Vekaris suggested through their quantum link. Now humanity's ambassador to those who feared the transformation. The former meridian had become a bridge between what was and what could be. Chen nodded and activated the chamber's holographic systems. The space above the council floor filled with images from Earth, Mars, and the outer colonies. Transformed humans worked alongside those who had chosen to remain unchanged. Children born since the transformation flickered between states naturally, their quantum consciousness as natural as breathing. And everywhere, the signs of progress. Cities that existed in multiple dimensions, ships that traveled through thought as well as space, and medical technologies that had eliminated death itself as anything but a choice. We did not abandon our humanity, Chen explained. We expanded it. Those you call traitors chose to betray not just humanity, but the very concept of trust. Their state is not punishment, it is consequence, chosen and accepted. And what of those who oppose this transformation? The Helderan representative's mechanical form whirred with agitation. What happens when species resist this evolution you offer? Then they remain as they are. Chen gestured to the images of unchanged humans, living peacefully alongside their transformed kin. Choice matters more than the choice itself. Humanity's response to betrayal isn't about vengeance. It's about maintaining the integrity of choice. The quantum field rippled as understanding began to spread through the chamber. Some delegates exhibited signs of their own species' quantum potential awakening, while others remained firmly rooted in normal space. Both reactions were equally valid, equally respected. There is something else you should see, Chen said, expanding the holographic display. The space filled with images of the galaxy's quantum structure, showing how the transformation had created new patterns in reality itself. We didn't just change ourselves. We discovered that reality has always been capable of supporting multiple states of evolution. We just had to choose to see it. The chamber fell silent as the implications became clear. Humanity hadn't broken the universe. They had revealed its true nature, its capacity for infinite forms of existence. The transformation wasn't an ending, but a beginning. The door is open, Chen concluded, her form beginning to shift between states, demonstrating the freedom they had achieved. Each species, each individual will choose their own path. Some will remain as they are, some will transform, and some will find entirely new ways of being. But the choice, the true human element in all of this, must remain inviolate. As she spoke, quantum ripples spread through the chamber, touching each delegate with the potential for change. Not forcing, not demanding, but offering. In that moment, the true power of humanity's transformation became clear, not the ability to change reality, but the wisdom to let each consciousness choose its own destiny. We never forgive betrayal, Chen said finally, her form now a bridge between quantum and normal space, because every betrayal is a choice that denies choice to others. But we also never stop offering the chance to choose, to evolve, to become. That is what makes us human, whether in flesh or quantum form. The council chamber hummed with possibility as species after species began to understand. Some would choose transformation today, others would wait generations, and some would never choose it at all. But the door was open, the choice was real, and humanity had shown the way without forcing the path. In the quantum realm that now existed alongside normal space, Chen felt the ripples of 1 trillion consciousnesses contemplating their futures. Humanity had done what it always did, faced the impossible, embraced change, and emerged stronger while remaining true to their essential nature. They were human still, transformed but unchanging in their core values. They never forgot, never truly forgave betrayal. But they also never stopped offering the chance for redemption through choice. It was this balance, this uniquely human paradox, that had made them the perfect catalyst for universal evolution. The future stretched before them, infinite in its possibilities but anchored in the unchanging truth of human nature. They had become more than they were, yet remained exactly who they had always been. And in that achievement lay the greatest truth of all, that humanity's greatest strength was not in never forgiving betrayal, but in never betraying their own potential for growth.